Picture this. You walk into a room. Someone smiles at you. You don't know this person. You've never spoken. You have zero information about them. And yet, in less than a second, your brain has already formed an opinion. Are they successful? Educated? Trustworthy? Do they take care of themselves? And here's the uncomfortable part. A huge chunk of that snap judgment. It came from their teeth. Not their clothes, not their handshake, not what they said. Their teeth. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds shallow. Maybe even a little unfair. But what if I told you, this isn't really about vanity? What if the way we read people's teeth is actually a social code? One that was built over centuries, sold to us by advertising executives and Hollywood studios, and reinforced every single time we open Instagram. Today, we're unpacking the thing nobody talks about at the dentist. Why teeth became one of the fastest, sneakiest ways humans signal class, and why that signal is still working on all of us right now, whether we realize it or not. Let's start with the obvious question. Of all the things our bodies do, why teeth? Think about what teeth actually do in social situations. They show up every time you smile, every time you laugh, every time you speak, every single photo ever taken of you. They are, in a very literal sense, permanently on display. And historically, getting them fixed, really fixed, required three things that not everyone has in equal measure: money, time, and access. A basic dental checkup seems simple enough, but orthodontics? Whitening? Implants? Veneers? Those are thousands of dollars, weeks of appointments, and a functioning dental care system that you can reach. Here's how stark the gap really is. Researchers have documented that in the UK, there was an absolute difference of around 2.5 teeth between the highest and lowest social classes. The highest earners simply kept more of their teeth, and that gap in tooth loss held steady for decades. In the United States, the situation is even more striking. Medicare, the coverage for tens of millions of elderly Americans, has never included routine dental benefits. And Medicaid, which covers around 74 million low-income Americans, treats adult dental care as optional. So, while every politician talks about healthcare, millions of Americans lined up at free dental clinics, waiting hours, sometimes days, just to have a tooth pulled. As one dental director put it bluntly, these are not forgotten people. The system has passed them up. But here's the twist. The world doesn't always see why someone's teeth look the way they do. It just sees the teeth. And from those teeth, it draws conclusions. The idea that teeth should look beautiful, not just functional, is pretty new. For most of human history, the goal was simple. Don't die of an infection. Keep enough teeth in your mouth to eat. In ancient times, dental work was performed by barbers. Yes, the same person cutting your hair might also yank your teeth. By the 1400s, some of those barbers offered early whitening treatments with acid, which naturally destroyed the enamel over time. Nowadays, we destroy the enamel with acidic drinks, but they taste too good, I know, so let's not go there. Fast forward to the 1800s. Porcelain dentures arrived, and for the first time, there was real interest in making false teeth look natural. Still, dental care was for the wealthy few, and even then, it was purely functional. Then came the 20th century, and everything changed. In 1915, a company called Pepsodent launched in Chicago. The marketing genius behind it was a man named Claude C. Hopkins, the same man who had turned Quaker Oats into a morning ritual for millions of Americans. Hopkins anchored Pepsodent on a single genius insight: tell people about the film on their teeth, that invisible, sticky layer. Tell them it was making their teeth look off-color. And then tell them Pepsodent removes it. The ads showed smiling people with dazzling white teeth. The tagline, "You'll wonder where the yellow went," became one of the most remembered in advertising history.
You'll wonder where the yellow went when you brush your teeth with Pepsodent. The new formula with IMP gets teeth much whiter. You can see it cleans the stains and film away, while Irium fights tooth decay. You'll wonder where the yellow went when you brush your teeth with Pepsodent.
Here's the brilliant and slightly sinister part. Hopkins wasn't just selling toothpaste. He was creating the problem that toothpaste would solve. He was teaching people to feel self-conscious about something they had never thought twice about before. By the time World War II ended, brushing teeth was a national habit in America. Not because of health education, because of marketing. But the real glamorization of teeth? That came from Hollywood. In 1928, the golden age of silent films transitioning into talkies, a California dentist named Dr. Charles Pincus invented something that would change smiles forever: dental veneers. His first clients were movie stars, thin porcelain shells placed over existing teeth with removable adhesives so that actors would look flawless on camera. They'd pop them in for a shoot and take them out at the end of the day. When Shirley Temple, America's sweetheart, started losing her baby teeth, Dr. Pincus created a custom set of veneers so her iconic smile could carry her through the Great Depression. Think about that. The perfect smile was, from its very beginning, a performance, a constructed image, something manufactured specifically to be seen on screen. And yet, over the following decades, it stopped being a movie trick and became the standard against which all real smiles were measured. By the 1980s, veneers could be permanently bonded. By the 1990s, the term cosmetic dentistry had entered the mainstream. By the 2000s, reality television was full of smile makeovers. The Hollywood smile had escaped the studio and moved into everyday life. So, we know the history. Now let's talk about what's happening inside your head. Because the connection between teeth and status isn't just cultural. There's real psychology driving it, and it works fast. Studies consistently show that people with straighter, whiter teeth are perceived as more trustworthy, more intelligent, and more successful. And this happens within the first few seconds of interaction, before a single word is spoken. It's what psychologists call the halo effect. One positive trait, an attractive smile, causes our brains to assume other positive traits exist as well. Confidence, discipline, good judgment, competence. And this isn't just about romantic attraction. It bleeds into professional contexts in ways that have real consequences. Research from the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry found that candidates with straight teeth are perceived as 58% more likely to succeed and 45% more likely to get the job compared to candidates with crooked teeth, assuming everything else is equal. Wait a second. The same resume, the same qualifications, the same answers. But a beautiful smile gives you such a big head start? There's something else worth knowing. When someone feels self-conscious about their teeth, they smile less. They cover their mouth. They laugh more quietly. They pull back in social situations. And what does the world see? Someone who seems less warm, less open, less engaged. It's a feedback loop, and it runs in both directions. Good teeth lead to confident smiling, which leads to positive social responses, which leads to more confidence. And the reverse is equally true. The brain also makes snap associations between tooth appearance and ideas like cleanliness, discipline, and self-care. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because what we're really responding to isn't a person's character. We're responding to whether they've had access to resources, whether their childhood included regular dental checkups, whether they grew up in a place with fluoride in the water, whether their parents could afford orthodontics. We read infrastructure, and we call it personality. Now, here's where the cultural pressure really cranks up. Every era has had beauty standards, but the perfect smile is unique because it doesn't just say, be pretty. It says, be disciplined, be healthy, be together. Television and advertising spent decades building that association. The smiling housewife in the toothpaste commercial, the confident professional closing the deal. The celebrity on the red carpet with teeth so white they almost glow like a fluorescent lamp. The visual shorthand was established early and repeated constantly. Perfect teeth mean a perfect life. Then social media arrived and turned the volume all the way up. Today, you can scroll through Instagram or TikTok for 2 minutes and see dozens of perfectly lit, perfectly symmetrical smiles. Influencers document their veneer journeys. Before and afters rack up millions of views. Smile makeover has become a popular content genre. Here's what the numbers tell us. The global cosmetic dentistry market was worth around $27 billion in 2024. It's projected to nearly double by 2034. Americans alone spend an estimated $2.75 billion a year on elective cosmetic dental work. Veneer procedures have increased by 250% in recent years. And it's not just influencers and celebrities. Clear aligners like Invisalign reached their 18th millionth patient in 2024, with 70% of them being adults, not teenagers, as one might expect from orthodontic treatments. One survey found that 56% of people have hidden their smile in photos. 26% said they feel pressure to change their dental appearance, and 15% have digitally edited their teeth before posting online. We are literally retouching our biology before we let the world see us. And the industry knows exactly what it's selling. It's not just enamel. It's employability, attractiveness, social acceptance, the sense that you are put together, that you have your shit together. Pardon my French. One patent filing from a dental product company put it plainly. A healthy-looking smile has become representative of one's level of personal grooming and even social status. They wrote it right into the patent. Social status. Here's the part where it gets really interesting. The perfect smile signal still works today, but it's gotten more complicated. For one thing, the signal is increasingly detached from actual wealth. Dental tourism has exploded. People flying to Hungary, Turkey, Mexico, or Thailand for a fraction of the cost of American or British dental procedures. You can get porcelain veneers in Istanbul for a tenth of what you'd pay in New York. Hungary alone sees 60,000 to 70,000 dental tourists a year. Buy now, pay later financing has made cosmetic dental work accessible to people who couldn't have imagined it a decade ago. So the signal is still read as wealthy, but the reality underneath can be anyone with a credit card and a passport. And then there's the Zoom dysmorphia effect. When remote work hit in 2020 thanks to the pandemic, suddenly everyone was staring at their own face on video calls for 8 hours a day. A 2024 study found a 43% surge in elective dental consultations, linked specifically to how people looked on video. We went from seeing our faces occasionally, in mirrors, in photos, to seeing ourselves in motion, in harsh lighting all day. We saw our fangs, stains, and gaps, with all their glory. And a lot of people didn't like what they saw. So cosmetic dental consultations spiked. Not because teeth suddenly got worse, because visibility got higher. The signal, in other words, is getting louder, even as the connection between that signal and actual class position gets fuzzier. A set of perfect veneers might mean someone is genuinely wealthy, or it might mean they saved for 2 years and flew to Bucharest. The signal reads the same either way. And that's the thing about social codes. They outlive the original logic. They take on a life of their own. So where does this leave us? This video isn't a verdict on anyone, not on the person who invested in their smile, and not on the person who couldn't or chose not to. It is a reminder that almost nothing we experience as just how things are actually arrived that way naturally. The idea that teeth should be white, straight, symmetrical, and ever-present in a smile, that was built by Hollywood, by advertising executives, by an industry worth tens of billions of dollars that knows exactly what it's selling. The idea that someone's dental appearance tells you something about their character? That was built too, out of associations between aesthetics and virtue that were never as clean as they felt. And the uncomfortable truth is that when we read someone's teeth as a signal of class or discipline or trustworthiness, we're not reading the person. We're reading the system they were born into, the zip code, the insurance plan, the income of their parents. We're reading access and calling it effort. The good news? Once you see a social code, you can examine it. You can decide what weight to give it. You can catch yourself making snap judgments and choose, consciously, to look a little longer. That won't dismantle the entire cultural machine overnight, but it's a start. And honestly, it might be the most useful thing a dentist never told you. Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button